All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about money, but probably not in the way you're used to. We're going to break down the unspoken rules, the things that really govern how wealth is built.
Yeah, let that one sink in for a second. They lied to you. This line just hits so hard, doesn't it? Because deep down, I think a lot of us have felt that exact same thing at some point.
You know the story you were told, the one that says, just keep your head down, work hard, do what you're told, and success will just kind of find you. But for so many people, that's just not how it plays out. You might be working your tail off harder than ever, and you're still just stuck, living paycheck to paycheck. And that promise, it feels completely and totally broken.
So what gives? How is it that some people seem to be like money magnets, while others can work their entire lives and barely get ahead? Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not luck, and it's not some special talent they were born with.
It's actually much simpler than that. It's about knowing the rules of the game. See, money has its own set of principles, its own rule book. And if you don't know the rules, you can't win. But once you do, well, that's when everything starts to change.
So let's get into the first big mental shift you have to make, and this is a huge one. It's all about moving your focus away from just pure effort and onto creating actual value.
This really breaks it down, doesn't it? On one side, you have the mindset that's trapped, trading hours for dollars, an hour of your life for a set amount of money. But the wealth mindset, it couldn't care less about hours. It's obsessed with one question: what problems can I solve?
And this is rule number one. Money doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care how many hours you put in or how much you sweat. Money is just a tool, and it flows to one place and one place only, where problems are being solved. The bigger the problem you solve for people, the more money is going to flow in your direction.
This quote just nails it. Think about a surgeon. They solve a massive life or death problem. Now think about someone digging a ditch. Both are working hard, for sure, but one is solving a problem that people would pay almost anything to fix. That's the critical difference. It's not about being busy. It's about being valuable.
All right, on to shift number 2. This one is all about our relationship with time. It's about learning to fight that little voice in our head that screams, I want it now, so we can win big later on.
I mean, this is the trap that keeps so many people stuck, right? Instant gratification. We see something, we want it, we buy it. The new phone, the fancy dinner, the weekend trip. That's the broke mindset. The wealth mindset plays the long game. It understands that a little bit of sacrifice today leads to a massive victory tomorrow.
I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it. Every dollar you decide not to spend is a tiny seed. Your only job is to plant it, invest it, and then just walk away. Leave it alone. Don't keep digging it up every 5 minutes to see if it's growing. That impatience is the very thing that kills financial growth. And this is how that tiny seed turns into a giant tree that provides you with shade. First, you plant the seed. You invest something, anything, today. Then you just wait. You got to be patient and let time do the heavy lifting for you. Soon enough, you'll see it start to grow as all those small steps start compounding on each other. And finally, you get to enjoy the shade. That's financial freedom. And it all started with that one little seed you planted years ago.
So here's a really practical way to use this. The next time you're about to buy something you want, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself this question. Would I rather have this thing right now, or would I rather have freedom tomorrow? It's a simple question, but man, it is powerful. It completely reframes the decision.
Okay, let's talk about the third and honestly, maybe the most important shift of all. And I'm not gonna lie, this one can be a tough pill to swallow, but it is also the most empowering. It's the shift from blame to action, to radical ownership. You can literally hear the difference in the language people use. The broke mindset is a constant chorus of, I can't because. I can't because of the economy, because of my boss, because of my past. It's always someone else's fault. The wealth mindset completely flips the script. It doesn't say I can't. It asks, okay, so how can I?
This right here is part one of a 2-part truth bomb that changes everything. As long as you are pointing the finger at something or someone else, you have given away all of your power. You're a victim. But the very second you truly accept that it's all on you, that's when you take your power back.
And here's part 2. And look, this might sting a little, but it is the most liberating truth you will ever accept. Nobody is coming to save you. Not the government, not your family, not a winning lottery ticket. If your financial life is going to change, you have to be the one to change it. You have to be the hero of your own story.
So what does taking charge actually look like?
Well, first, you just stop the excuses. Period. Then, you become a learning machine. You learn about how money really works. You learn skills that people are willing to pay a premium for. You start making different choices, even small ones, starting right now. And you own it all, the good and the bad. It's all yours.
Okay, so after all the hard work, all the saving, all the taking action, there's one final rule,
And this is the one that gives all the others a purpose. It's about defining the finish line.
You've probably heard of this. It's called the hedonic treadmill. It's that feeling when you get a raise and it feels great for like a week, and then you're right back to where you started, chasing the next thing. If you don't have a clear target for what enough is, you will be stuck on that treadmill forever, and it will never be fulfilling. This is so incredibly important. True wealth isn't about having the highest number in your bank account. It's about reaching the point where your money is enough to fund the life you truly want to live and having the wisdom to realize, hey, I won. I can get off the treadmill now.
And this is the real homework. This is the question you have to sit with. What does enough actually look like for you? Not for your neighbors, not for social media. For you, what's the number that gives you security, contentment, and freedom? You have to define your own finish line.
So, let's wrap this all up. First, you've got to shift your focus from effort to solving valuable problems. Second, you have to play the long game, delay gratification. Third, you must take radical 100% responsibility for your life. And finally, the thing that ties it all together, you have to define what enough means to you.
So there you have it. You've got the playbook now. You know the rules. But knowledge without action is really just entertainment. It doesn't change a thing. So the only question that really matters now is this. Which one of these rules are you going to put into practice starting today?